All right, everybody. Is it on? Okay, there we go. All right, everybody. Thank y'all. Y'all did great. One thing I forgot to mention, do not use the techniques I showed you today to beat up your friends and family members, please. But anyways, what I sort of wanted to talk to y'all about is my message for today is going to be fear. So who in here has ever been afraid before? I've been afraid a lot in my life. I've been afraid in fighting. I've been afraid in other points in my life. I was afraid to come here today. Y'all are pretty scary. No, just kidding. But overall, I wanted to share with y'all 3 moments where I used different approaches to overcome fear and just let y'all know how they turned out for me. So when I was a kid, going into, it was winter break in 7th grade, me and my family moved to Utah. I was born and raised in Texas, had been there my whole life, and we decided to move to a new state, different culture, different people. I didn't know anyone besides my 4 family members in the entire state. And I remember the road trip driving up there. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. We listened to a lot of music. And the scenery is beautiful. If you've never been to Utah before, I highly suggest a road trip. You go through West Texas, into the mountains, you see the red rocks, and then you drive into Salt Lake, and it's one of the most beautiful drives you'll ever take. But the night before school started, I remember being so afraid. I didn't know if these people were going to like me. I didn't know if they were going to accept me. I knew that I was going to be different. I've lost my accent now, but I used to talk really country, like really bad. And I remember, I grew up in church, like y'all here, and I remember the night before I went to school, my mom, she's in the back there. Get a round of applause for my mama. Came up to my room, as she always did, and she said a prayer. And to tell you the truth, I don't remember what she said. I don't exactly remember what I said, but I do remember the feeling. I remember that she prayed for me to make new friends, sort of be accepted, excel. And when I woke up the next morning, that fear was gone. It was washed away. I was happy. I woke up in a good place. And I ended up excelling in Utah. I ended up making a lot of my best friends still to this day in that environment. Another time I was really scared, 2020, COVID, I was going off to college at Arizona State. It was a weird time, and again, I was really scared. This was my first time. I wasn't going to be living with my family. I was going to be all on my own, and I remember thinking, I'm a grown adult now. I don't need to be afraid. I can handle this on my own, right? I don't need anybody's guidance. I don't need anybody's advice. I don't need anything from anybody. And in a way, subconsciously, I sort of turned away from God in that moment. And I ended up going to Arizona State, and I ended up failing out. It didn't work out for me. I made some mistakes. It was a really rough time in my life. I had to move back home, and that next year I'd be checking Snapchat, checking Instagram. All my friends were in school, having a great time, and I wasn't. I was, doing things I shouldn't have been doing. I wasn't pursuing a career that I wanted to pursue. I wasn't living my life to the fullest. I was in a bad place. And a few years later, I decided to rededicate myself to God, rededicate myself to Christ. And the next time I was really scared was before my last MMA fight. Ask either of those guys, they can tell you. They were there. I was in the back, and, some people, when they get scared, they get real loud, they get real, not me. When I get scared, I'm real quiet. I'm real shaky. My eyes are down. And I remember being in the back and you know, my opponent's right over there, and he's going to try to, you know, hurt me. He's going to try to beat me up, and I'm going to try to do the same to him. That's what MMA is. And I remember sitting there in the back. My teammates are all around me. I'm shaking, my heart. Funny story. I don't know if y'all know what a good heart rate is, but they do medical checks before you fight. My heart rate was elevated to almost 200, which is like heart attack numbers. That's how scared I was. And, you know, the whole time I'm just thinking, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. That's just playing through my brain. And right before I walk out, I pull my team together and we say a prayer. We say, God, please watch over me. Please watch over my opponent. Keep us safe. Let us make it home healthy tonight. And if it is in your will, I will win this fight. And then I closed it with my favorite verse of all time. Have I not commanded you? Do not be afraid nor discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you may go. Joshua 1:9. And I turned around. How they have it is like, it's like those doors right there. So you'll be behind those doors, and then they'll open them up, and you'll walk out. So I said the prayer, I was turned around, and then it was my time to walk out. And I felt the grace of God wash over me. And you can go find the YouTube video. If you watch me on that walkout, if you watch me get into the ring, you won't see that fear that I had literally 2 minutes before. That I felt the presence of God wash over me. I felt this calm. I felt this peace. And I went out there and I ended up winning that fight. And the one message I can give to y'all is, in times of fear in your life, in times of turmoil, turn to God. Just pray. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have everything right, but pray. Trust in Him. When you worry, turn that to faith. Have thanks for things, and give it all to God. That's really all I had to say. That's my testimony. That's my story. I did want to open up the floor to questions. Doesn't have to be faith related. It can be fighting related. It can be anything related. If y'all have any questions, now's your time to ask. Yes. We moved there before my senior year. So I was in Utah and then ended up moving back to Texas my senior year of high school, played football there, and then went off to college, moved back home, and they opened up an MMA gym like 2 months before I moved back, and just walked in the door, and here I am. That was 4 years ago now. So, yes, ma'am. You saw me on the TV? Yep. They streamed my fight live. It was a lot of fun. It is scary. I understand that, but God's going to protect us. God's going to watch over us, and He's going to cast His shadow and protect us. But thank you. I appreciate you not wanting me to get hurt. Any other questions, y'all? Yes, sir. That guy in the middle right there in training. But no, that's what it takes. I know it's out of love, that's what it takes to prepare to do something hard is, you got to put yourself in the worst situation so that when I'm out there, I'm not, in the worst situation. Yes, sir. Absolutely. So we always say it's a lifestyle. You don't stop. But you take about 8 weeks of really, really hard training. So what an 8-week training camp would look like is you're waking up before you go to work or before you go to school, you're doing your running. So you're either running miles or you're running sprints. After you get done with work or school, you're lifting. So you're lifting weights, trying to get explosive. After you do that, you're going to training. That's like your football practice, your basketball, baseball, any sports, same thing. You're going to your training, you're doing that for an hour and 15 minutes. When you get home at night, you're studying. You're watching film of yourself, you're watching film of your opponent, you're watching film of other people that you want to copy their style or something like that. So it really is, for those It's a lifestyle. I'm doing this all the time, but when I've got a name on the dotted line, you're consumed by it. It's all that you have in your life. Yes, ma'am? I do have a sister. She's right back there. Give it up for my sister. Yes, sir. It's in Jacksboro. So I coach out there. Brock coaches out there. You'll see Jacob out there all the time. And we hold classes on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday starting at 5:30. Yes, sir? I've had 2 MMA fights. I've had a kickboxing bout, and then I've had probably 50 jiu-jitsu matches. Yes, sir. I was 21. Yes, sir. Absolutely, absolutely. We have people in our gym as young as like 5 years old. So. Anybody else? Oh, sorry. I am 24 years old, about to be 25. Yes, ma'am. I was an athlete my whole life. Played football, baseball, basketball growing up, and after I got out of high school, didn't have competing, didn't have anything like that, and wanted to get into it, and it's something to get me out of the bed in the morning, you know, just a goal to work towards. So it's fun. It is fun. It is fun. It's actually, no. You get that adrenaline rush going. It hurts after, but while you're in there, no. No, it doesn't. Next day, yeah. Next day, your shins are sore, your ribs hurt, your eye hurts, but. Someone else have a question? I saw a hand raised over here. No? It's okay. Any questions over here? No. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Ooh, for the first time, I was 7 when I was baptized. And then for the second time, I was 23. So that's when I really rededicated myself and started doing the right things. Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. All righty. Well, thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys so much. Thanks, Rob. So like I said, thank you, everyone. And so we have cookies and drinks, and we want, for those youth that you brought a visitor, you need to go to Jeff and tell your visitor. So we have, we offered gift cards, and so if you brought a visitor, raise your hand. Blaze, I knew Blaze would win. Didn't you come with Ben? What? Oh, you came with Blaze. Okay. So Blaze is the only one that brought a visitor. No, doesn't count. Doesn't count. Okay, nope. It's Blaze. I told you you would win, didn't I? Awesome. You are our outreach dude. You are. Okay, well, we're dismissed. Y'all stick around outside, get some refreshments. We have plenty of time. We have 20 minutes. If you want to take pictures or visit with Braden, do it, baby.